I'm Lisa Chiu. I'm a digital producer at CGTN America, and I'm here on the 20th anniversary of September 11th at a very special place. I'm in Shanksville, Pennsylvania, and it's here on this site where 20 years ago United Flight 93 crash landed into that field right up there. You can see there's like a boulder and a reef set up, and that's where the plane crashed. United 93 was the only one of 4 planes hijacked on September 11th, where because it was delayed out of Newark, the passengers were able to call loved ones from the plane after it was hijacked, and they learned about what happened at the World Trade Center and what happened at the Pentagon. And within a very short period of time, just 30 minutes, they were able to come up with a plan to try to overtake the hijackers. And those phone calls to their loved ones, they talked about how they were boiling water to pour on the terrace. They were going to use a food cart to storm the cockpit. And there were these famous last words from one of the passengers that said, "Let's roll." We don't know exactly what happened in that cockpit. There is a voice data recording, but it's not available to the public. But a transcript of that recording shows that native English speakers were in very close proximity to the hijackers. So it indicates that it's very possible the passengers succeeded in their goal. They were able to prevent untold number of deaths. That plane was headed towards Washington, D.C. The target was most likely the Capitol building. I've been here for the last couple days at this beautiful monument to Flight 93, and I've been talking to friends and family of the passengers and crew members. You can see in the distance, each passenger and crew member's name is carved on a tablet. Something really interesting they've also been talking about is that, especially at this time, something we can learn from these 40 people is that despite all their differences, their religions, their backgrounds, their race, they were able to band together and unite for a common cause. And that's something that a lot of people have said today, including former President George Bush, who was here, as well as Vice President Kamala Harris. President Joe Biden and First Lady Jill Biden, they were also here today. They didn't make any remarks, but they did go out to that boulder with the family members and pay their respects to the passengers and crew members on board. It's been a very solemn day. Every year they hold these ceremonies, but this year was particularly poignant for many of them. And they all say that their loved ones were heroes. And they're very aware that 20 years after September 11th, there are adults that have no idea what happened on that day. And their goal is to remind them of what their loved ones did and how it was everyday people choosing to make this sacrifice.